It has been said, mainly by Valorians, that there's nowhere quite like the VSR during the Christmas season. The buildings of Crystal City are lit up in vibrant greens and golds. The roads become bathed in the scents of roasting chestnuts and turtleboar emanating from the houses, and the bioluminescence of the tiger roses, snakeberry trees, and wild hydraweed only becomes more striking as the nights get longer and the countryside is blanketed with snow. In Ankerstad, it's possible to skate across the surface of the Fremde Sea and see hibernating triton and fur squids just under the ice, while in Hundekopf, the street parties usually result in an average of 4 deaths and 2 acts of arson a year. And across the nation, children leave their shoes by the fireplace for St. Nicholas, who in local legends wields a Kehrsight war axe and is accompanied on his rounds by both the Christkindl and an 8-foot-tall carnivorous scarecrow named Strohknochen. Altogether, the experience of spending the holidays in the VSR is said to be unique and unforgettable. Unfortunately, the story of Colette Guy's first Christmas with Iyer and Winterlich does not begin, end, or take place at any point in the Valorian Socialist Republic. It begins, as a matter of fact, at the Culpepper family circus in Coney Island, New York.
Up! Up! Come on, you stupid animal. We've done this 1,000 times.
That's it. We're axing the Lion Act.
Axing the Lion Act? I mean, I don't know how ethically sound that is, but I guess an axe would get a bigger reaction than the whip.
No, you buffoon. I meant figuratively. Although... No. The logistics wouldn't pan out. What I'm saying is... I think it's high time Simon here retired. Look at him. He's jaded. If we're going to have any chance of competing with Barnum and Bailey, we've got to reconsider the possibilities of what a circus can do. It's the 20th century, for Pete's sake. Lions are old news. We need something a little more cutting edge.
Like what? Like a tiger?
Bigger.
Grizzly bear?
Meaner.
Oh, listen to the wee bugger. It's kinda cute, eh?
Are you sure we're looking at the same animal, Eisen?
The Berlin Zoo was the first in Europe to have captive mantelopes on display, as well as the first to breed them outside the VSR. In 1911, there were 2 adults and 4 babies housed in an enclosed exhibit, but the 5th pup was kept away from public view. As the runt of its litter, baby Mantelope 5 had been rejected by its mother, and zoo staff were anxious to get rid of it, due to its vicious, less than profitable nature.
The buyer's going to take care of the shipping out of Europe. He's got passage on the RMS Prospero, leaving from Southampton in about 8 days, I believe.
Southampton?
Yeah, it's in England.
Well, I, for one, think this is a terrible idea. I'd rather not become a Mantelope's Christmas dinner before I've had mine.
If it's too dangerous for you, I'm sure we can find someone else to deliver it.
Hey, whoa, let's not be too extreme now, eh? Come on. But safety is obviously a concern, and we'd rather, keep this trip to as few modes of transport as possible. So I tell you what, how about this for a deal? We'll take it as far as Cali, then we'll pass the wee bugger on to someone else for the Channel crossing.
So, less work for the same amount of money.
Are we not entitled to hazard pay?
No, take it up with the American if you have a problem.
That won't be necessary. We're willing to go all the way to England.
We are?
No, we're not.
Eisen disagreed for the most part, but refrained from saying so out loud. It was Colette's stare that implied that she knew something he didn't. She had given him a few such looks over the course of their professional partnership, and both he and Telesphore had learned that, given Colette was so rarely confident in her own intuition, on the occasions that she had good reason to be.
Yes, we are. It'll be fine.
Aye, alright, it's a deal. We'll take the Mantelope to Southampton.
Thanks for making things easy.
Chelsea, grab the crate, will you?
Why do I have to take it?
Because of your calming but authoritative demeanour. And also, I can tell from experience you're good at wrangling wild animals.
Oh, go on then.
Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas. I'm going to take it into the back room before it breaks the crate. Maybe we can chloroform it later?
It'll take a hell of a lot of chloroform to keep it knocked out all the way to England. Colette, what the fuck were you thinking, hen?
I was thinking about this.
This letter is from the Peninsula Hotel in Paris.
Isn't that where Ariadne was staying in October?
It was. These are the notes I made while we were switched with each other. I opened them up and read them last night.
Leonid at Army Base, Ariadne has a map of the United Kingdom marked with annotations. Circles around places called Foyers, Cumbria, London, Exmoor, Glastonbury. Hey, that last one's not too far from Southampton, is it?
If I remember correctly, from back when we did that job in Basingstoke, I think you're right.
Well, I didn't know that. But what I do know is that transporting this baby Mantelope is the perfect excuse to go to the UK and try and track down Ariadne. I can't guarantee it, but I have a feeling she'll be at one of these places.
I'm not being funny, Colette, but that's a pretty big fucking area to cover. It could take a while.
I know, but I think finally getting the Kingmaker out of my head would make a pretty good Christmas present.
With that decided, the trio started to enact the first step of their Mantelope transfer plan. With Colette and Eisen holding it in place, Telesphore had wrapped an entire crate with brown paper, tied a string around it, and attached a tag reading, "Happy Christmas with love from Grandmother."
There. Now, if anyone asks while we're boarding the train, we can say it's a thoughtfully large Christmas present.
You're really good at gift wrapping.
Thank you.
So, do you normally accept jobs over Christmas?
If we get asked to, sure, but I mean, come on, Colette. Are you really that surprised?
I guess not. Not for you, anyway. Telesphore, I've somehow never asked. What is your whole thing, spiritually speaking?
No, it would take far too long to explain. I am a fan of Christmas, though. What can I say? I love all things gaudy and indulgent.
Have you noticed it growls every time we talk about Christmas? It's like some sort of green holiday-hating grouch. Are you sure that crate is going to hold it for much longer? I feel like if we say CHRIST one more time, it's going to bust out and tear us all to bits.
It'll be fine. The laudanum we put in its water bowl should be kicking in soon. And even if it did break, I mean, it surely isn't bright enough to open the multi-door, eh? Alright, you wee beast, eh? You've got water in there, you've got some soup bones to chew on. Just lay down, have a wee fucking nap, and we'll see you again once we're in France. I don't know why we were afraid of transporting that thing. This is easy. Maybe we should transport livestock more often.
Let's not push our luck, darling.
Thanks to Colette sacrificing some of her laudanum-based painkillers, the baby beast was successfully sedated, falling asleep not too long after some hefty sips from its bowl. However, in fear of killing it, and hoping not to void the sale, Colette dissolved only a very small dose into its water, the trio failing to realize this would mean the creature woke up a bit earlier than anticipated.
Eisen, leave me alone. I'm sleepy. What the Oh. Oh! Oh no! Not my blanket! It's cold! Ah!
Colette, we heard screaming and... Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Get it away! Get it away! Ow, my toes! Telesphore! Do something!
Why me?
I feel like Eisen would make it worse!
Aye, that's a fair fucking point, by the way.
All right, you little terror, come with... Ow! No biting! You've had your fun, now go back to bed. We're going to have to lock the door this time.
Oh, we should have done that the first time!
Maybe the wee shite's hungry.
Yeah, from the way it tried to eat me, I could have guessed that.
There's a surf-on leg hanging in the pantry, Eisen. We can throw that in for her. Should keep her entertained for a few hours.
Aye, that's not a bad idea. Still looking forward to getting on a train with this thing.
If you can think of a better reason to go to England, I'd love to hear it.
There were plenty of better reasons, but at this particular moment, the Mantelope excursion was the most accessible. And so the cycle repeated. The trio would attempt to sedate the Mantelope,
Come on, drink the milk. Drink the milk. Oh, I hate you.
or restrain it.
Alright, you wee bugger, you're not getting out of this. Oh, fucking come on. Now you're Harry Houdini, are you?
But time and time again, the trio were consistently reminded that no creature from the care site is so easily contained. Resigning in defeat for the remainder of the trip, the Mantelope was granted free roam of the van.
What do you want? I don't know what you want. I don't have anything.
This led to two major problems. The creature's appetite,
Hey you wee fucker, that's my bagel, give it back!
and to the chagrin of its new companions, its curiosity.
Oh, you little... I am going to cook you into soup!
So after the longest 3 days of their lives, Eisen, Telesphore, and Colette found themselves nearing the western coast of France, finally needing to face the question,
Now that we're here, how are we gonna get this thing to go on a train with us, let alone sit still all the way to fucking Southampton?
Maybe we can put it in a purse. Like one of those ugly dogs old ladies carry into the pneumatic.
Actually, Eisen, can you take the wheel for a second?
What have you got there?
The biggest counterfeit Hermes handbag we had. I want to try something. Now, let's see if she goes for it. Like a moth to a flame.
Well, I'll be damned. Now button it in before it decides to tear the rest of fucking van to shreds.
Can do. Oh, mind your little claws. Ah, there we go.
Eisen was right. You are good with wild animals.
They arrived at the Kekel's train station later that day, and after parking the van, they set off for the cross-channel submarine line.
3 tickets for Southampton via London, please.
And one dog.
What breed of dog is that anyway?
It's a
German
great
Shepherd.
name.
Corgi. Oh, you know, she's a Great German Welsh Sporgie. It's a new breed. Stop growling at people for 1 minute. We have to keep a low profile.
You know, she does look like quite the exotic breed. I mean, if it weren't for the fucking paper trail, I'd say we sell her off to one of the first-class passengers. It's not a bad idea, to be honest.
I highly doubt anyone will drop their holiday funds on something that will grow up to be a man-eater.
Well, they just set her free in the wild before then. Easy fucking peasy. Besides, we'd probably make more passing her off as a Welsh sporgie than quietly passing her through fucking transit.
Quietly. Huh, I wish. Sorry. Hey, excuse me.
Hey, easy. Let's just go, Colette. We don't want to get kicked off this close to ending our assignment. There's an open row of seats straight ahead. Come on.
Taking the train is so annoying, especially when I have to carry the Mantelope. Can I put her down now?
There. She has a nice window seat to gaze upon the passings by. I'm sure she'll enjoy the trip far more than any other passengers will.
So, what's the plan after we drop her off?
I guess we start at Glastonbury and work our way north? Ariadne has to be at one of those locations, and if we don't find her, we might at least be able to find someone who's talked to her recently.
Aye, and that's assuming she lets any of them live afterwards.
And so the train embarked to London. The submarine line, a precursor to the present-day Channel Tunnel, was famous for its enormous windows, through which passengers were given an unobstructed view of the surrounding marine life. As it barked and slashed at moon jellyfish, lemon sole, and the occasional seal, the baby Mantelope's disruptive behavior may have made that particular trip the most interesting in the submarine line's history, until the great cargo ship collision of 1926, which ultimately forced the tunnel to close for repairs until 1980.
How do you keep wriggling your little claws out of the bag?
At least she's not running away.
Ah, she's entertained enough trying to get the fish through the glass. Good luck, hen, that's double-plated, you wee prick. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. I better fix that before someone sees it. There. Right, you. Don't do that again, or me and you are gonna have a falling out. Do you understand? Oi, don't take that tone with me, young lady.
Colette had never been a big fan of animals. She had developed a mild fear of large dogs due to a run-in with an overly excitable Irish setter at Citadel Green when she was 4 years old, and her family had never owned cats due to both Colette and her father being allergic. She was not gifted when it came to horse riding, and while Ninette kept a small chicken coop on her property, Colette had never volunteered to collect the eggs due to intense anxiety over being pecked. This is to say nothing of the quite understandable fear of being mauled and eaten that one develops from living anywhere within a stone's throw of the Seltsamwald. However, despite her worry, Colette still found herself feeling a tinge of sympathy for the baby Mantelope.
What do you think they'll have her doing once she arrives at the circus?
I do remember that zookeeper mentioned something about replacing their Lion Tamers Act, yes? I suppose our girl here will grow up to be their new star attraction.
Aye, if she doesn't bite the fingers of all those unsuspecting kiddies, that is.
Oh, I highly doubt she'll do such a thing, Eisen. She hasn't eaten ours yet, and she's had ample opportunity.
The funny puppy's giving me kisses!
Get your hideous dog under control!
She's only doing it because your brat has chocolate all over his face. Alright, Skull Crusher, stop trying to make friends and get back in the bag.
Skull Crusher.
Aye, I think she needs a name, like.
And you picked Skull Crusher.
Don't try and tell me it's not the perfect name for a fucking Mantelope.
Be it the internal confliction over the beast's name, or the external threat of it destroying everything in sight, the rest of the ride to London wasn't any more peaceful, but luckily, neither was it any worse. Pulling into Waterloo Station, the train let its passengers off on London soil. The trio, along with the rest of the car's travellers, were more than relieved to escape what would be one of the most disruptive trips any of them had ever experienced.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it were banned from the submarine line for life.
Guess we're taking the ferry on the way back.
Luckily, all that's left is to hop the next train to Southampton, which should be arriving in approximately 5 minutes. Let's get a coffee.
Attention passengers, we apologise for the delay, but due to a signal error at Weymouth, the 2:35 to Southampton via Vauxhall leaving from platform 6 is delayed by approximately 50 minutes. Thank you.
Ah, London. It figures.
What are we going to do on the platform for 50 minutes? The Mantelope
Skull Crusher, thank you.
We didn't agree to that.
Skull Crusher is going to need to eat soon. At least, I think. She might just be growling because of all the Christmas decorations. No, you can't eat the dog. Happy Christmas!
I think we should give her another dose of LAUDANUM.
She's a dog. You know what I mean? A reptile animal. She can't fucking spell, Telsey.
Well, see if we can give her a pill. Eisen, you do it.
No, come on. You do it. Your fingers are expendable.
Excuse me?
If you lose a finger, then you've just lost a finger. If I lose a finger, that's a whole chunk of spells I can't cast anymore.
You could just make yourself a new finger out of metal.
I'll fucking turn you into metal in a minute if you don't fucking watch it. Honestly, Telsey, have a fucking word with her, man.
Oh, please. Stop bickering. I'll do it. Where's the Mantelope?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
The Mantelope, henceforth known as Skull Crusher, according to Eisen, barreled through the South Bank Christmas market, causing inconceivable damage between its mulled cider stands and bauble salesmen. Tearing through festive signage and leaving no Stollen unturned, the trio clumsily leaped through the crowds, hoping to stay on her tail.
Excuse me, pardon me. Whoops, watch your toes.
Telsey, look, she's over there. She's heading for the bratwurst stand.
Get off, you filthy animal!
Hey, easy, just give it to her. Just let her have it.
You'll be paying for those later!
If the market's still standing...
Upright sausages! Lightly used!
Someone catch that dog?
What is that thing?
Well, it's one of them Mantelopes, isn't it?
Sorry. Merry Christmas, sorry. Oh, as if this day couldn't get any worse.
Unfortunately, it could. In a city as large and crowded as London, it didn't take long for word to spread about the commotion at the South Bank Christmas markets. And in no time at all, the incident had attracted the attention of London's freelance rat catcher community. Despite advertising himself as King Edward's and then later King George's personal rat catcher, there was no evidence that Mickey Treadwell had ever even applied for a royal warrant. Furthermore, rat catcher was a somewhat reductive job title, as he had been known to go after pests of all shapes and sizes. According to legend, he'd once shot a cockroach out of the sky at 50 paces, saved a baby from the jaws of a fox, and had even wrestled into submission a goose that had broken into the Selfridges furniture display room.
Gotcha! Ooh, you want to slice my face off, don't you? Too bad. Old Mickey's too quick for you, ain't he? No wild beasts are going to terrorise this fair city on my watch, no sir.
Oh, hi. Sir? Hi, thank you for the help.
No problem, miss. All in a day's work for King George's personal rat catcher.
Wow, I didn't know he had one of those. But, that's not a rat. That is my dog, and I would like it back, please.
Dog? Either you're a terrible liar or you ought to get the prescription checked on those glasses, love. This is a Mantelope, invasive species native to the Feylands, largely found in Valor and eastern France. You know these things kill more people a year than African crocodiles.
I did know that. Can I have the Mantelope back now, please?
No can do, Twist and Twirl. Best not Neil Campbell with your safety like that when it comes to wild animals, unless you fancy being brown bread.
Okay, so I'm not from here, so can you please say that again? But normal?
It's not company policy. How was that?
Better. Thank you.
Here, Colette. Oh, fucking hell, I'm knackered. Have you seen that fucking wee... Here, who's this joker?
Mickey Treadwell, certified rural pest control. I was just explaining to your lady friend that it would be highly irresponsible for me to release a dangerous wild animal into her care. Unless either of you can back her up on being the Mantelope's owner, it's coming with me.
Well, as a matter of fact, I can back her up, and so can my and so can my associate.
The three of us are equally responsible for the animal, and we're deeply sorry for all the destruction it has caused.
Do you have any paperwork proving ownership?
We do not.
Listen, pal, I'll level with you just for a second. So, like, you see, the thing is, we were just hired to transport the animal as far as Southampton, and it was a kind of a, under-the-table gentleman's agreement sort of thing. You know what I mean, don't you?
So you're illegally transporting live animals on British soil, then?
No, and I did not say that.
Yes, you did. Luckily, Christmas is the season for forgiveness, so I'm going to choose not to write you up for it.
And we are very grateful for that. Thank you. However, having handled this creature all the way from Berlin to here, we've grown quite accustomed to her less than ideal behavior. We don't want anyone to get hurt, so if you'll just hand her back to us, we can finish the job. It would be very much appreciated.
Get hurt, listen to yourself. Do you know who I am, Sunshine? Mickey Treadwell doesn't get hurt. I've been dispatching pests since before you were born, and I'll be doing it long after you die.
I sincerely doubt that.
Mr. Treadwell, you're trying to do your job. We're trying to do our jobs. Can you just let this one slide?
No. Happy Christmas.
Well, I guess that's that. Now that Skullcrusher's gone, we can start trying to chase up some leads on Ariadne.
I am not giving up on this job that easily.
What else can we do? We don't know where he works or where he's going, and we don't have any legal recourse. I say we cut our losses. London's a big city. I'm sure we can find some way to make our money back. And we likely won't get another opportunity to find Ariadne.
For fuck's sake, you're right. Alright, come on. Let's go find a hotel then.
Where Treadwell, and by extension Skullcrusher, were going was back to the offices of Treadwell and Treacle Pest Control Solutions. This was the company he had registered with his cousin, David Treacle, and ran out of a flat just above the overground train tracks at East Croydon.
Now, Ma'am, I believe my associate Mr. Treadwell told you before he started the removal of the residual poison isn't included in the basic package. Yeah, you did. It says on the books you paid 30 quid up front and not a penny more. Well, I am very sorry that your baby's in hospital, but unfortunately Treacle and Treadwell ain't liable. Alright, Mickey?
Tell the bird to shove it and hang up the phone, Davey. We don't need to rely on those pesky standalone customers anymore. We can quite literally stand alone on this catch I've made today. It'll make us richer than the king himself. It's bloomin' Christmas miracle.
Ooh, was that the monster we got cold about? Not as big as I was picturing. Looks like some kind of ugly kangaroo.
But it'll get bigger. This here is a genuine Valorian Mantelope, escaped from some cross-continental smugglers, and she is a vicious one. Reckon we'll make a fortune with her on the rat baiting circuit.
The Animal Cruelty Act of 1835 outlawed the use of higher mammals in blood sports, but rats were not given the same protections. And though it fell out of fashion in polite society during the latter part of Queen Victoria's reign, underground rat baiting still continued a good few years into the 20th century, fueled by unscrupulous rat catchers like Treacle and Treadwell.
Once we made some money, we could even take this thing on the road. Soon enough, everyone in Britain will be asking, with immeasurable fervour, have you seen the rat-mauling monster? Have you seen the ravening beast from the east? Have you seen...
This woman?
No, sorry.
What's it to you?
Oh, I wish I had.
That's all I wanted to ask. Merry Christmas. It's not a problem with the drawing, right?
No, I think you captured her likeness beautifully. But think about it. She's a shapeshifter. If she was up to something suspicious, would she do it with her own face? I wouldn't.
I miss Skullcrusher.
Since the trio had lost their quarry, they had gotten no closer to their goal. Rightfully assuming that Ariadne would stay in more well-to-do neighbourhoods, they had rented a room in Kensington to better canvass the area. But even after 2 days, they had little to show for it, and had so far spent most of their money on underground tickets and wildly overpriced street food.
Oh, look on the bright side. Now we know for a fact we'll all get to keep our fingers for at least the rest of the year.
Wait, I've got it! Oh, I can't believe I didn't think of this before.
Oh, Colette, come on! She keeps fucking doing this, man.
We can catch up to her.
Colette had no time to tell her companions where she was going, as she was too busy running into the nearest menswear boutique, where she surreptitiously grabbed a bowler hat and a white suit off the rack. Not usually given to shoplifting, she resolved that she would save the tags, go to the store later, and pay for the clothes. A few minutes later, Eisen and Telesphore caught up with her at St. Mary's Hospital.
Oh, right, now that we're here, let's see what she's up to now.
This goes up in relation to the closest major holiday. Ah yes, doctors! You're finally here. I was just asking Nurse Jacobson about some information regarding the study that we're all co-authoring together for the university.
Yes, from what Dr. Stanton has been saying, it's going to be a very interesting study.
Oh, aye, that's right, aye. Dr. Stanton, we were just,
We got caught in traffic.
It does get quite bad around the holidays.
Oh, tell me about it. I have to come in from Hackney, and I've started leaving an hour for the bus trip. It was bad enough when it was all horses, but everybody's got a bloody car these days. But to go back to what you were asking, we have had a couple of very strange injuries brought in recently. A couple of bone extractions, a face inversion. Then there's a bloke in Ward 3 whose legs were pulled up through his torso. Knees fully inside his lungs. Don't ask me how he can still breathe. I do not know.
Interesting. Was that recently?
Let me just... here we go. That was on the 20th, so 2 days ago.
Oh, very interesting. Thank you for your time.
Oh, wait, don't you need more information for the study?
I don't want to hold you up any longer. I'm sure you're already up to your necks in mulled wine burns and tree trimming accidents this time of year, so I'll return just before Easter. Happy Christmas! Woo! I wasn't sure that was gonna work. I thought she'd be able to tell immediately that this suit isn't tailored correctly, or that this beard is just my hair that I've tied in front of my face, but I got what we needed. And we know Ariadne was here as recently as 2 days ago. When you said that thing about losing fingers, Telesphore, I thought to myself, Ariadne can change her appearance, but she can't change her personality. And what can Ariadne not stop herself from doing?
Horrifically memeing innocence.
Exactly. No matter where she is, if she gets mad enough, she'll peel the nearest person's skin off. That leaves a trail. And I think we ought to buy some police magazines while we're here, to see if there are any weird, violent attacks reported in other towns in the next few days. That's how we track where she's been.
Bravo, Colette! All right, let's stop by a few newsstands.
And this is the one where they report the really horrible Grand Guignol Jack the Ripper level shite, right?
Oh, you bet, mate. This magazine is absolute tosh.
Perfecto. Here you go.
Yay! Violence.
As the trio stocked up on the latest 2 issues of Civilized Living, a popular magazine of the day that printed a mix of lurid true crime stories and budget-friendly recipes, Eisen spotted a stack of flyers behind the counter. The flyers featured an illustration of a snarling Mantelope with a rat clenched between its jaws. Above the image was text reading, "You're not ready."
What are those?
That depends, you Bobby.
Do we look like police to you, pal?
Alright, fair enough. You want one? They're free.
Aye, cheers. Have yourself a nice day, mate.
Not for the faint of heart. Witness untold carnage at the hands of the mean green rat slaughtering machine.
Skull Crusher. Here, How much do you think that Treadwell prick paid to have these flyers printed up?
To what he'll be making in the ring off our Mantelope? I'm assuming it will be minute in comparison. Gentlemen, looks like we're visiting our first rat-baiting show tonight.
Sounds unsavory.
And it certainly was. Unsavory, unsanitary, and deep underground, the trio descended beneath the snowy streets of London, a shift from festive lanterns to the eerie glow of cellar sconces and industrial halogen lamps. As Eisen, Telesphore, and Colette hurried down the stairs of a disused warehouse, the crisp winter air from above was clouded with the stench of, simply put, rat.
All right, last call for bets. Place your bets now. Make sure to take advantage of the Christmas discount. All right, lads and ladettes, betting is closed. Time for what you've all been waiting for. In this corner, weighing in at 15.5 pounds with a personal record of 6 rats a minute, we've got the reigning champion, the one and only Jack Lightning! And in this corner, weighing in at 25 pounds, the challenger. Is it a dog? Is it a reptile? Is it a beast from hell? It's Skull Crusher!
I named it that. I came up with that name, you fucking dick. I deserve royalties.
I see Treadwell. He's by the ring over there.
Is anyone's guess what's going to happen tonight? All right, 3, 2, 1. Bring in the rats! Get him! Get him!
Come on, you can do it!
Come on, Skull Crusher. Second ago, you were trying to slice my belly open. Where's your rage?
6, no, 7. History is being made tonight. Jack Lightning beats his personal record of 6 rats per minute. JL betters are winning big. But to those who placed an halfpenny on Skull Crusher, you'd ought to prepare to tell your kids there will be no visit from Father Christmas this year.
My mother was right. I should have only bet on the pigeon.
Oh, I can't believe this. Oi, get out there and catch some rats or I'll turn you into an handbag.
Oh, that's the thing about wild animals. They're hard to control, especially in unfamiliar environments.
Jesus Christ.
Looks like your money-making scheme isn't working out, Mickey. How about you give the Mantelope back,
Get fucked.
I thought you'd say as much.
Looks like some of the punters aren't taking their losses very well. Skull Crusher has put the wind up Jack and he is not going anywhere near her now.
Oi, Skull Crusher, over here! Hey, come here, my wee lassie. Come on, jump out the pit. Jump to Daddy. You can do it. Come on. Come on.
And Skull Crusher is totally abandoning the rats altogether. Looks like she's been distracted.
Get it together. What was that?
What the hell is wrong with you people? Is this a Protestant thing? You should be at church or with your kids or something.
Oh, like you can talk. Spending your holidays illegally transporting livestock across continent. We're all criminals here, so maybe just keep your nose out of it, alright?
You still stole Skull Crusher from us. That's low, even for criminal standards.
Haven't you ever heard the expression, no honour among thieves?
Come on, it's Christmas!
No, it ain't. It's December 22nd.
You know what I meant.
What's Christmas got to do with it, huh? What makes what I do any more evil around Christmas?
The fact that it's like, you know, the season of goodwill.
Telesy, help me get her out the ring for fuck's sake, will ya? You've got longer arms than me.
Skull Crusher, come here, little one.
You sanctimonious bitch. Christmas, Jesus, goodwill, Christmas, ooh, Christmas. That's what you sound like.
No, not towards Treadwell. Actually.
Aye, I say let her go. I think she's got other plans.
Oh, yeah? Well, you... Nope, there's witnesses. I've gotta calm down. Gotta think calming thoughts.
Yeah, that's right, you can't do shit to me. It's Christmas. And like you said, you could never go and hurt someone on Christmas. Go ride that sleigh-pulling high horse somewhere else. And if you start now, maybe you can make it back to church come Christmas Eve for a Christmas service. And leave me to celebrate my Christmas in my Christmas rat ring with my, thanks to you, brand new Christmas Mantelope.
The rat baiting pit, having been constructed rather quickly after a police raid required the operation to be moved across town, did not have any guardrails. And as anyone who knew Mickey Treadwell personally would have told you, he was taken to pacing back and forth when having animated discussions. Because of these two facts, the agitated Mantelope pup was able to get a clear shot at Mickey's left Achilles tendon in her frantic attempts to escape. This caused him to lose his balance.
Ah, fuck!
Mickey survived the fall unharmed, which would have been very lucky if he had been anywhere else. Unfortunately, he was in a rat-baiting pit in a warehouse basement, at the mercy of about 24 rats, a very excitable and bloodthirsty terrier, and a creature that, as noted earlier, is responsible for more deaths per year than the Nile crocodile.
Fucking rat! Get off! Get off! Ow! Go! Davey! Help! Please! Please!
It's Christmas?
I will refrain from describing the rest of the scene in detail, as many eyewitness accounts were later published in Civilized Living. Suffice to say, if you've read a certain early James Herbert novel, you'll be able to imagine.
Jack Lightning wins!
Skull Crusher, you got out! Come here! Stop licking my face! Oh, look at the state of you, you're all bloody!
Are we responsible for that guy's death?
I couldn't say. I had my eyes averted.
The trio had long since missed the window to deliver the Mantelope to Coney Island, but it didn't matter. After seeing the kind of barbaric abuse she had been subject to in the rat-baiting ring, Iyer, Winterlich and Co. all agreed that it would feel wrong to send the animal somewhere else where it would only be exploited for entertainment. The Culpepper family circus would shutter its doors the following year, with its owner deciding to move to Nebraska and take up a job in real estate.
7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. Excuse me! What did I say? Out of the kitchen! You are far too young to drink wine. Eisen!
Skull Crusher! Come here, that's human food, not for you! I know, and Daddy's gonna miss you too, I promise you, but you've got to be free and with your own kind. You're a runt now, but in a month or two you'll be too big to fit in the van with us, then what are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna miss you too, Skull Crusher. Even though you smell bad and there's green fur all over my clothes now. Ah, stop it! Hey, no biting!
Oh, speaking of gifts, now, I know we said we weren't going to get each other anything, but you were saying earlier that you wish you could tailor suits on the go, so here, I made you this. I didn't bother wrapping it because I couldn't be arsed.
Eisen handed Colette a metal chatelaine. It had a diamond-shaped locket on the clip, which contained space for pins, needles, and a spool of thread. Attached to the base by a series of chains were a retractable measuring tape, a small set of shears, tailor's chalk, and a thimble.
Oh, wow! This is amazing! Telesphore, I'm still working on that handkerchief I said I'd make for you, but Eisen, I really should have gotten you something. I just, with everything going on, I didn't get the chance to...
Oh, no, it's fine, forget it. I didn't want anything anyway, you know what I'm like, eh?
No, I should. Just give me a second. Here.
Colette had, in lieu of a gift, hastily drawn Eisen a card on a piece of paper. It was a black and white pen sketch of St. Nicholas feeding a baby Mantelope a chicken leg with the words "Season's Greetings" scrawled underneath.
I wrote Season's Greetings because I know you're not a Christian.
Oh, That's very thoughtful of you. I mean, I like this. It's unique.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Dinner's ready. Oh, no. What did I say? It's not for you.
And so, the Christmas of 1911 ended with a hearty dinner of roast goose, mulled wine, and linzertort. The next day, Skullcrusher was set free in the field near Nanette's house, where Colette and her companions enjoyed more wine and a variety of slightly risque party games. Back in London, no one mourned the death of Mickey Treadwell, and without the competition, Jack Lightning's handler had the greatest Christmas he would ever have, until he was arrested in a police raid a week later. But he wouldn't be the only criminal enjoying Christmas dinner in London that year.
So, tell me all about the army. Have you killed anyone yet?
No, I'm with the 6th Reserve Squadron. I'm a sub-lieutenant. Mostly I clean and maintain the flamethrowers, and my superiors tell me that even if Valor ends up involved in this conflict between Italy and Turkey, I probably won't even see active combat. But I have a little patch on my jacket shaped like a fireball, and I get a discount at the tavern. It's a pretty swell gig.
I am so proud of you. Well, your mother has been doing some very important work with the British Home Office. I've been searching for a portal conjurer who can help us with our plan. Then, once I've successfully laid waste to the German and Ottoman armies and gotten in the good graces of King George, I'll be able to get you set up with a wife befitting your royal blood. You know Princess Mary is single. Did you see the pictures of her at the coronation? She's cute.
Mother, Princess Mary is 14. And I am an adult. She's far too immature for a sophisticated gentleman such as myself. Oh, I bit my tongue!
Oh, no, my poor dear. Show me your tongue, sweetie. Let Mommy fix it. There. All better. I was thinking tomorrow, after presents, we could go ice skating. And then I'd really like to visit Madame Tussauds. I haven't been since they added Jack the Ripper's victims to the Tabernacle of Terror. I want to see how many details they got wrong.
I just got here. Why are you in such a hurry?
Because, darling, I have to be in Glastonbury by New Year's, and then I'll be leaving for Scotland. I've been invited to stay at Boleskine House in Foyers to meet with a man by the name of Crowley. I've heard it from multiple people that he's the greatest conjurer in the British Isles.
He's British. How good can he be?
Have a little faith, Leo. At the very least, it should be an interesting experience.
The Kingmaker Histories is a production of We Are Not Alive. This episode was written by Zuwie LeFou and audio engineered by Meg Malloy-Teuton, with Foley designed by Jam Wright and executive production by Henry Galley and Ashley Kraft. Our theme was written and performed by Professor Shy Guy. A full list of other music used can be found in the show notes, as can our social media links. This episode featured, in order of appearance, David Ault as the historian, Max Kriesky as Culpepper, Taqi Nazeer as Eisen, Blythe Renay as Colette, Josh Rubino as Telesphore, Charlie Green as Mickey, Lou Sutcliffe as Davey, Ben Meredith as the ring announcer, Addison Peacock as Ariadne, and Zane Schacht as Leonid, with additional voices by Gus Zagarella, Jamie Douglas, Zuwie LeFou, Elizabeth Plant, Jeremy Thompson, Chris Vizaraga, Katie McLean-Hainsworth, Henry Galley, and Meg Malloy-Teuton. If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/KingmakerCast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again in the new year.